Well, hi friends. Hey, we're getting into something a little different today. I have purchased a little air system for the truck. This is the only thing I've purchased so far, so we'll have to figure it out as we go along. But this has got an air tank, it's got a compressor motor, and it did come with a train horn set. And of course, all the stuff that comes with it. I have to figure out how to put that together. Now, my first thought is to take this, and I'm going to jump right in, but my first thought here is to take this tank and install it underneath the spare tire or above the spare tire, however you want to, depending on what direction you're looking at it. So I've taken the spare tire out from underneath the truck already, and let's go see what it looks like. Now, of course, this area is kind of where the spare tire would sit. That's the cord that holds it up. And above the spare tire and below the bed of the truck, there's this big area right here. And I'm really hoping that this will kind of fit right in that area. Now, of course, I got to figure out some way to, some kind of bracket to put it in there. But that's my idea. That's my plan. Let's see if we can make that happen. All right. Okay, so I don't know if you watched one of my other videos where I had bought a bunch of these big L brackets for another project, but I was thinking about taking this and kind of cutting it in half and making two nice looking compact brackets for that air tank. All right, let's see how that goes. Okay, that went pretty well. I think I'm gonna spritz a little paint on there to cover up the bare metal, but now I have two brackets. Okay, so while the paint is drying on my brackets, I was putting all the fittings in the tank. Basically, this is the air line that goes to the pump. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that yet. I put this petcock valve kind of on the top, which doesn't really do anything, except because of where it's going, I don't really have a whole lot of room on top, so that was a good place for it, just to fill the hole. On this end is the switch, the pressure switch to turn the pump on and off, and I opted to not put the gauge on the tank because where it's going to be at, it's kind of useless anyway. This is a high failure point, so I don't even want it in there. But then I did do two fittings on this, and kind of the reason why I did two fittings is because one of them is going to run the air horn as intended, and the other one I plan on doing a second line somewhere yet. I haven't figured out where yet, to do like a tire inflator. Oh, and there was one more. There's the little valve that I put on the bottom. I might someday figure out how to get like a wire to it. So basically it's like a water drain outlet. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. So the air horn came with this 1/4-inch air hose, and it's only like 6 feet long. So I'm gonna have to come up with something different to go from the back of the truck all the way to the front. All right, well, that took a little doing. But I got my brackets installed on that cross member. They're screwed in there with three big bolts. That should be enough, more than enough to hold that little tank. All right, let's see if we can get the tank up there. So this has been the extreme of extremist pain in the butt projects, but I finally got the tank installed. I got the motor installed. I got air line ran. One line is for the air horn all the way at the front of the truck because the kit came with like a 6-foot piece of line. So what's that gonna do? And the other air line is for a tire inflator that I plan on doing. And those are both ran up through the bottom of the truck, just zip tied along the way up to the respective locations. And of course now it's really hard to see because the spare tire's back in place, but that's kind of the point. The motor is up here behind the above the spare tire, and the tank is up here above the spare tire, and everything's protected. That's awesome. All right, now to the front of the truck. With a quick stop along the way on the side of the truck, I have put this air chuck here in the little step area. I'm not too concerned about it being there because, well, I have a cap on my truck, so I very rarely, if ever, actually use this as a step. And even if I do, it's kind of up. Just got to be careful not to kick it. And it's the way it's mounted, it's at a little bit of an angle, so hopefully nothing will sit in there. It'll drain out water or whatever. And just to show you really quickly, up underneath the truck, there's my air line. I kind of zip tied up into place. And this is just a pass-through port through that little plastic piece there so that I've got the air chuck on the outside. Okay, and now to the front of the truck. Okay, so the first thing I've done up here at the front is I've got my air line and my power wire from the pump ran all the way up underneath the truck, all the way up to here, and right in here, that little gold connection there, I have connected my primary air line to the small air line that came with the air horn. And then I continued that and running it along beside the battery and kind of over here, and then underneath the front grill cover of the truck, kind of along with my primary wire for the second battery. And we're going to keep coming over here, coming around by the other battery, and now I've got my wire here. I'm going to tie it into my upfitter switch relay number 6. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about how these upfitter relay switches work. There's lots of other videos out on YouTube that kind of show you how those work, how you need to wire it in. That's kind of where I went to figure out how to do this. So I'm going to make this connection, and then hopefully we'll have power to the air compressor pump. Okay, so now I've done the connection to auxiliary switch 6, and if you turn on auxiliary switch 6, we can hear the pump running. All I got to do is hope that it turns off when the pressure switch reaches its maximum. All right, now the next step is we got to get the horn assembly underneath here, and we're going to figure out how we're going to wire it into the horn circuit. So the first thing we got to do is take the grill off, which actually I found out is fairly easy with these Fords. When you have this cover off, there's only 4 bolts along the top and 2 push pins, and then there's 2 bolts, one there and one over there, and the whole thing comes off in theory. Wish me luck. Well, it was really just that easy. On this side there's a whole bunch of these push connectors on both sides, and once they are loosened, there's a couple of connectors on the bottom here, and once those are loosened, the whole thing flops off in your hand. It's a little heavier than I thought it was. And there's 2 connections, the camera and the washer fluid. Washer fluid, no problem. Camera, yeah. When the grill dropped to the ground, it yanked that connector right out of the camera. I don't know if it's broken. We're gonna have to experiment with that when we put it back together. But now I have easy access to the horns. And oh, by the way, I have my air horn set in place, and I just basically screwed it to this cross member up here, and it barely fit in there. It's not touching the radiator by an inch or so. It just fits in there. Nice. So now all I got to do is wire in that circuit. Okay, so I got some of my wiring done, and I know maybe this is the long way around, but I really wanted the horn button on the steering wheel to be able to operate both horns separately. So my idea is I've got a switching relay, and I kind of tied into the horn wiring here at the horn. So basically the idea is I've got my power that goes to the horn is on the black wire, my ground is on the white wire, and now I have over here this new circuit. If I put these two wires together and I press the horn button, this horn blows just like normal. My idea is to take my power and ground and go back up to my switching relay, and the switching relay will be on one of my upfitter switches to where I can turn it off. My regular horn works, turn it on, and my air horn works. Okay, here we go. Making some progress. Are you helping? Yeah? Are you helping? Not really. Okay, so we made some progress here. We've got our wires connected all down here. I've made that look as pretty as possible, as stock as possible. I needed 3 wires, power to go up to the relay, and then power back down to this horn, and then separately power down to this horn. So I came up with an idea. I don't know, you can make fun of me if you want, but it was a pretty cheap and ingenious idea in my opinion. See this little green wire right here? That's an extension cord. I chopped the ends off the extension cord, cut it to length. It's got 3 wires in it. And all I gotta do is make sure I remember white, black, and green. And I figured it was pretty easy because I used black wire over here for the power, white wire for the supply or ground to the horn, and then green for the air horn. Sounds good to me. And then that kind of came up, followed my big primary wire up around the fender well, up over here, and zip tied up in a place. I put my little switching relay right here and got it all wired together. So the singular power from the horn circuit powers both sides of this relay. It just switches on the switch. It's going to switch power back and forth to the city horn and the air horn. So that's what I got going on right now. All I got left to do is put power to the relay. I've got my ground wire, which I think I'm just going to run back over this way right to the ground terminal of the battery, which is super easy. And then this one is going to go right down there where the upfitter switch relay is. So that's a pretty close connection. So almost there, almost done. All right, I have everything connected. I got my relay connected here into upfitter switch number 1. And now for the moment of truth. All right, so toot the horn. Okay, now flip switch number 1 and toot the horn. Holy shit, ow, okay. Yeah, it works. Now flip the switch off and toot the horn. You got city horn, you got air horn. You like your new toy, don't you? All right, now all I got to do is kind of button everything up, put that back to where it's pretty again, and get my grill back on. All right, all put back together, looking good. And that connector for the camera wasn't as broken as I thought it was, so fortunately it clicked back together. I did put a dot of super glue on it just to keep it in place, but not so much that you'll never get it apart again. So okay, let's see, my turn to play with it now. So my upfitter switch, I have the air pump, the air tank motor on number 6. So it should always be on unless there's some kind of problem that I can manually turn it off. And apparently it's holding air because I don't hear it fire up. Now, okay, and then upfitter switch 1. Nice.
Nice.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this video. Hey, do me a favor. If you find my videos interesting or fun, or who knows, maybe you learned something, give me a like or a subscribe if you think I deserve it. And do me a favor, also, don't forget to stay awesome, spread some kindness, and know that you are valued. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next one.